Farm2Table Direct Show, and we're back here live at OKIE Homesteading Expo 2024, Mayes County Fairground, Pryor, Oklahoma. Still got a breeze blowing, but the sunshine is coming out. It's picking back up. Thanks to everybody that's been tuning in and checking us out. It's just continuing to roll out here. We're continuing, and I'm sitting here right now with Karson Rippstein with Redmond Agriculture, and they supply some special products to the farmers and to a lot of people in the homesteading world. And they come out. They were out last year at the expo. I know that's where I got this cool hat. But anyway, and we're going to let Karson talk to us about exactly what Redmond does and what makes them so unique in the agricultural world.
Perfect. So what we are is we're an ancient sea salt mine based out of Utah. So most salt that you get for your animals or for yourself is a refined salt that's actually not very good for you or your animals. And ours is unrefined sea salt with 60 plus trace minerals. And so we use it in human health, animal health, soil health, and it works really, really good. And we've just loved working at these events.
Oh man, I tell you, it's of course I know several of the YouTubers in the area, some that have been here in the past, and some here use y'all's product, and it's a big deal. I've seen them on y'all's channel and on their channels and stuff talking about it. And last year when I was over here, I got we did a little sample kind of playing around with it, and it's like, man, I need to get me some of that. And of course life goes on, but it was like and seeing y'all were back out here and talking about that again this year, and it's the suppliers, of product, and a good product that's people talk about going green or going friendly, but we take so much out of our products, by the time it hits a table, and so to have something that's not got that, that's actually everything that's supposed to be there as nature and God intended it to be, and it's there and it's ready and beneficial for us, and not necessarily a bad thing, but. We joke all the time. It's like it wasn't the gold miners that got rich. It was the people who supplied the shovel.
Right.
And so, the fact that there's people out here who specialize in supplying to not only the animals and the ground, but like I said, the ground and the people and what they can do. So it just, hey, like we were talking about the cross section that exists in an event like this, and how does that help? I mean, obviously, business, but how does Redmond help that, and y'all help Redmond?
Yeah, that's great. So one of the reasons we come to events like this is the people at these events are actually thinking about what is going into their food and what is going into their animals, and they actually care about that stuff. And that's kind of what we care about as Redmond. Is we're not like a large feed company that makes a lot of money off farmers. We sell salt, right? And there's the reason that more people aren't in salts because it's not a big money making business. But so that's kind of why we do it, is because these kind of people have similar values as we do, and so it's a great event where we kind of connect with a lot of people who think like we do.
Okay. Well, and that is the thing, is the like-mindedness that exists within the homestead community and within these the farmers, ranchers, people who have a common thread that runs throughout that. Brody, you got anything?
Yeah, I just wanted to say that it was last year, after coming to this expo, that my wife and I said, you know what, we're gonna start buying Redmond, salt, and so we ordered our first batch of it, and we haven't looked back. So for over the whole year, I mean, the taste is amazing.
It's way better, huh?
It's way better.
You become a salt snob.
Right. Well, I know a thing about being a coffee snob, but I guess I'm now qualified to be a salt snob because, I can really attest to everyone here that the salt does make a difference. And I think, and maybe this is just a psychological part of it, but just knowing that the nutrients that are in that salt, whenever I take it, where I didn't get that from the store-bought, made a lot of difference to me. And, and I'm monitoring and say, you know what, we're almost out. We better get online and order a little bit more.
Yeah, it makes a big difference because, most of the time when we're taking supplements or something, we're doing a couple minerals here and there, and our salt has 60 minerals in it. Find another product that has 60 naturally occurring minerals. It would have to be like a whole food, like steak or something that actually had that. Right. So, yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, and so, we really appreciate it in our household. I'm sure you guys will appreciate it in yours. And, we've got a hashtag Stronger Together here. And like we were saying, that this is a good representation here in the homesteading community about what America is, the spirit of America is. And you go around to a lot of expos and different events like that. And what can you say about what you're seeing out there in America right now?
It's really cool. You're seeing this movement is like really, really growing because people are waking up and they're seeing that I need to be more in touch with my food. I need to be more in touch with my own health. I need to be more in touch with all those things. So I'm seeing it growing, and people from all over the nation, it doesn't matter if they live in a big city or a small town, they're all wanting to be connected with where their food comes from and be connected with other people who think the same as they do.
Yeah, that's absolutely right, bro.
Right. Well, I was going to say, of course, Joe Salatin's in the building right near the house today, and he was talking about that very thing, about seeing these homesteading groups beginning to grow, pop up all over the country. And, so, I mean, we can only go so many places ourselves. I mean, and only get to interact with so many people. But so, when guys like yourself and Joe and the ones who are around in these different areas, and to hear that and to know that this community is growing. And we say it all the time, there's more of us than there are them, whoever them is.
Right.
And whoever them are, there's more of us. And that this is what, that thread of, like you said, wanting to know where your food comes from. We were talking with a lady earlier. She was talking about this is the most disconnected generation from their food. And, we grew up around it, but our kids didn't.
Mm-hmm.
And so, that concept of where everything comes from. And so, I think events of the last few years has kind of pushed people in that direction a little differently.
It's amazing to see how much people have been waking up to that, because I've heard the same thing, that past generations, everyone knew someone who was in agriculture. They knew someone whose grandpa was a farmer, or they were a farmer, or their dad was a farmer. There's many people now that don't even know a farmer. Right. So that's crazy,
right. And it's, well, I should say, I know for me, I work in my private job is in the poultry industry. So I'm around, farmers that raise cattle, raise chickens, raise whatever, do different things. And so, like I said, I've always known a farmer.
Right.
I mean, in my whole life, I've never known. And so, but then I think about my son, who's of that generation, who I don't know that he does,
right.
So it's, that is an important thing, that we reconnect back to that. And so I think events like this, the more of them that are going on around the country, the better, because it is getting more people connected. I look out here and see all these kids out here, and they're learning something that people missed for a generation.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Right. What was it that we just had an interview just a little bit earlier, and she had coined a term there. It was something about, was it education revolution, or what was it?
That's what she called. That was what she called it. Was education revolution.
Right.
And it was this idea of getting back in touch, of learning these old things, learning the trades, learning where food comes from, learning things that you don't learn in a textbook in school, that you can learn out in a place like this or out on a farm, and through home. She was a homeschooler, but through that, that revolution, but the change that it's beginning to make, and hopefully making in this generation that's coming here.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it is. Well, listen, folks, we're going to wrap this up. Karson, I want to thank you for your time to come over and sit down with us. And, I always said he's always going to be my favorite. I'm a hat guy, and he gave me a hat.
I have one with an American flag over there. I'll get for you guys.
Oh, that'll be so awesome. That'll be great. But listen, hey, folks, just real quick, where can people find you?
RedmondAgriculture.com, or if you go on there and you don't want to just look on a website, give us a call, and we have actual people who will answer your calls.
Real people.
And help you out.
Right. Okay, well, great. RedmondAgriculture.com, or like I said, get on there. There's a phone number that you can call and talk to an actual person and get hooked up with their products. The list is long of products like I said, through the agriculture world, as well as for us humans' consumption. And so anyway, Karson, again, thank you for your time. Folks, check out Redmond Agriculture. You can't go wrong with their salt, I promise. And anyway, Karson, something we do here at the Farm2Table Direct Show, we sign off every episode. We do a little sign off where we'll say, prepare for the unexpected and keep it local.
Okay.
So you think you can handle that?
I think so.
Think we can go with that?
Yep.
All right, here we go. All right, folks, as always here at the Farm2Table Direct Show, prepare for the unexpected and